Hi guys, I'm Anastasia and welcome to English with LinguaTrip. We're a company that helps students and language learners from all over the world book their English courses in the countries where it's spoken. Our prices are lower than if you book with schools directly. You can learn more and get a free consultations by clicking the link in the description box. In today's video, we're going to watch one of the most eye-opening speeches by Matthew McConaughey and learn some really useful expressions. So let's get started.
Everything's in English.
All you need to know.
All right, how did you learn to speak English?
We've all got two wolves in us, a good one and a bad one, and they both want to eat. The best I can tell, we just got to feed that good one a little more than the other one.
I'm sure most of you recognize the scene from The Wolf of Wall Street. Here, Matthew is saying that we've all got two wolves in us. We have got. It's present perfect tense, right? We have got, we've got, or we have. A good one and a bad one. Now here, one is used to substitute the word wolf so that we didn't have to repeat it again. Yeah, two wolves, a good one and a bad one. But if you take the expression good one out of the context and use it separately, you can use it to respond to a lame joke. For example, if somebody says something not very nice, you can say, good one. Just remember that intonation is your everything. Different intonation can create a different message.
Good one.
So these two wolves, they both want to eat. Best I can tell is that we need to feed the good one a little more than the other one. Now, best I can tell here is used to emphasize the statement, to make it sound more important. Best I can tell, the advice that I have. So he's saying that the good wolf needs to be fed more than the bad one, meaning that we need to invest more in the good side of us.
Happiness is an emotional response to an outcome. If I win, I will be happy. If I don't, I won't. It's an if-then, cause and effect, quid pro quo, standard that we cannot sustain.
Happiness is an emotional response to an outcome. Outcome is something that follows the action. It's some kind of result or a consequence. If I win, I will be happy. If I don't, I won't. It's an if-then, cause and effect, quid pro quo standard that we cannot sustain. If-then is a very good expression. It sort of characterizes all the conditional situations that we put ourselves into. It's something hypothetical. Quid pro quo originally is a Latin expression and it literally means something for something. So it's a favor or an advantage granted in exchange for something else. Interestingly, that in the United Kingdom, the local money, pound sterling, in spoken English is called quid. Yeah, like 10 pounds is 10 quids. We cannot sustain. Now here's a little tip on how to use cannot, can't, or cannot. So can't is a contraction from cannot, therefore it's not acceptable in formal writing. For example, I can't leave the house until my husband gets back. Cannot is better for formal writing. For example, I cannot come up with these numbers right now. Please don't use cannot if you mean cannot. You can use cannot as two separate words if not belongs to different expressions. For example, I can not only work from home, but also take a sick day. By the way, I have some really awesome news for you. Our most popular intensive marathon with Venya and Marina Mogilko from intermediate to advanced is starting soon. You'll work through 2 levels in just 30 days. And you'll be able to understand complex grammar structures. You'll be using the examples that are really relevant and the exercises that you'll find useful and practical in the future. You'll learn how to choose articles and verb forms easily and without giving it a second thought. I also have a promo code for you. Make sure that you check the description box.
Because we immediately raise it every time we attain it. You see, happiness demands a certain outcome. It is result reliant. And I say if happiness is what you're after, then you're going to be let down frequently and you're going to be unhappy much of your time.
because we immediately raise it every time we attain it. So to attain means to reach it. And here Matthew is saying that the standard is impossible to sustain because once we get there, it becomes further away from us again. Happiness demands a certain outcome. It is result reliant. Reliant means it depends on something. It relies on something. Now, English is a very interesting language. You can say it relies on results, or you can turn the verb to rely into an adjective, reliant, and put result before the adjective and make a new word. It is result reliant. And I say if happiness is what you're after, then you're going to be let down frequently and you're going to be unhappy much of your time. To be after something is a common way of saying to be looking for something or to be in search of something. To let somebody down, it means to fail to meet their expectations. If you are let down, it means that somebody else didn't quite meet your expectations. You know, somebody failed you, somebody let you down. You are let down.
Joy, though. Joy is a different thing. It's something else. Joy is not a choice. It's not a response to some result. It's a constant. Joy is the feeling that we have from doing what we are fashioned to do, no matter the outcome.
Joy, though, joy is a different thing. It's something else. Joy is not a choice. It's not a response to some result. It's a constant. Now, constant here means something regular, something stable. And having noticed how he uses the same structure, he repeats the word joy. Joy, though, joy, and the sentence, he repeats it several times. That is a great way to emphasize an important message. And if you hear more very expressive speeches, you'll notice that the way they phrase them is by using similar sort of devices. You know, you repeat sentences, you make sure that all the listeners understand that they get there. So it's a very expressive way of phrasing your speech. Joy, joy, joy. Joy is the feeling that we have from what we're fashioned to do, no matter the outcome. Fashioned, in this case, means intending, something that we're intending to do.
Now, personally, as an actor, I started enjoying my work and literally being more happy when I stopped trying to make the daily labor a means to a certain end. For example, I need this film to be a box office success. You know, I need my performance to be acknowledged. I need the respect of my peers. All those are reasonable aspirations, but the truth is, as soon as the work, the daily making of the movie, the doing of the deed became the reward in itself for me, I got more box office, more accolades and respect than I ever had before.
Now, personally as an actor, I started enjoying my work and literally being more happy when I stopped trying to make the daily labor a means to a certain end. For example, I need this film to be a box office success. Box office is the income that comes from ticket sales. So a box office success means that the film gets a lot of profit or sells a lot of tickets. Another good expression here is a means to an end. A means to an end means something that helps you achieve something else. So Matthew is saying here that he stopped making that daily labor a means to a certain end. He stopped seeing his daily work as a step to get somewhere else. And he actually started enjoying the process of that.
You know, I need my performance to be acknowledged. I need the respect of my peers. All those are reasonable aspirations, but the truth is, as soon as the work, the daily making of the movie, the doing of the deed became the reward in itself for me, I got more box office, more accolades and respect than I ever had before.
I need my performance to be acknowledged. I need the respect of my peers. A peer is somebody of a similar social status as you. So the same, your friends, your colleagues, your peers. All those are reasonable aspirations, but the truth is, as soon as the work, the daily making of the movie, the doing of the deed became a reward in itself for me. Okay, what do we have here? Aspiration, it's an ambition, it's a hope, an ambition to achieve something. Doing the deed means to perform or undertake any given action. I got more box office, more accolades and respect than I ever had before. Accolade is an award or privilege granted as a special honor.
See, joy is always in process. It's under construction. It is in constant approach.
See, joy is always in process. It's under construction. It is in constant approach. Have you noticed this little word see at the start of the sentence? It's not used in its direct meaning, to see, but it's there to attract somebody's attention. Somebody's listening to you and you want to bring them even closer to you and say, see what I'm saying? So this is what Matthew McConaughey is using as well. He is building a dialogue with his listeners. Approach here means when you take steps towards achieving something or achieving full knowledge or experience of something.
Prioritize who you are, who you want to be, and don't spend time with anything that antagonizes your character.
Prioritize who you are and don't spend time with anything that antagonizes your character. To antagonize means to make you feel or behave like someone that you're not, like the opposite of you. Basically, it means don't spend your time on anything that's not you.
Be brave, take the hill, but first answer that question, what's my hill?
Be brave, take the hill, but first answer that question, what's my hill? The expression take the hill comes from a military environment. If you know, very often hills or any higher areas were very good areas because they gave more visibility to the area. So if you take the hill, so you are actively going for it, you're trying to conquer it. Here it's used metaphorically, so take the hill, go and conquer what you believe in, but you need to understand what it is that you believe in. So what's my hill?
Defining ourselves by what we are not is the first step that leads us to really knowing who we are.
Defining ourselves by what we're not is the first step that leads us to really knowing who we are. To lead means to guide the way. So if we know who we're not, that shows us the way to who we actually are, because it becomes easier to understand who we really are.
You know that group of friends that you hang out with that they really might not bring out the best in you? You know, they gossip too much or they're kind of shady. They really aren't going to be there for you in a pinch.
You know that group of friends that you hang out with that might really not bring out the best in you. The expression to bring out the best in somebody means to encourage them to behave in the best way they can, to make them a better person, to encourage them to show their better qualities, to bring out the best in someone. You know, they gossip too much or they're kind of shady. Shady here means backstabbing, suspicious, something you don't quite, or somebody you don't quite see through, They may have some bad intentions maybe. They really aren't going to be there for you in a pinch. A pinch is an emergency or a tricky situation, a difficult situation. So somebody who is not going to help you if you face problems.
Stop giving them your time and energy. Just don't go there. Put them down.
Stop giving them your time and energy. Just don't go there. Put them down. Here he's talking about the people or the things that really are not worth your time. And to put them down means to do the right thing, to stop interacting with them, to make the choice to cut them out of your life. Yeah, just do the right thing or what needs to be done.
And when you do this, when you do put them down, when you quit going there, and you quit giving them your time, you inadvertently find yourself spending more time and in more places that are healthy for you, that bring you more joy.
To quit means to stop doing something, quit doing something. It's followed by the ing verb, the present participle, quit doing something. Inadvertently means without intention or without you noticing something.
Take the lid off the man-made roofs that we put above ourselves and always play like an underdog.
Take the lid off the man-made roofs that we put above ourselves and always play like an underdog. Man-made means artificial rather than natural, meaning that we created it as something that was created by men, by people. Very often, yes, it's used to show that something was not created naturally. We did it to ourselves. Taking the lid off the man-made roofs means not to be limited by something that other people said or did, not to limit yourself by the expectations of the others. An underdog is a person who is less likely to win something, whether it's a competition or an election. And to play like an underdog means, so even if you do win, don't lose that feeling that there is still more to achieve. Don't sit back and put your feet up and rest just because you achieved something. Play like an underdog means always keep that sensation inside you that there is more to achieve. Don't think that if you're a champion, you'll be the champion forever. Just keep that buzz inside you and not listen to anybody else's expectations of what you can or can't do. I hope you got some motivation and learned some really useful words. Make sure that you check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.